my thoughts on the Texans. The Texans honestly have kind of disappointed me this season. I'm not gonna lie.
Texans,
I expected them to do better.
Yeah.
I thought they would do better. They're still winning the division, which I'm not surprised because their division sucks. But I certainly hope they would win this division. But I thought they would be better this year. I'm not going to lie. I thought they would be better than the Steelers. I thought they would be, even with the Ravens, I thought they would be competing with, I thought they'd definitely be better than the Bills. Because they're a way better team. They have a better, on paper, I think they're better than the Bills. The Bills are just better just because they have Josh. I thought this team would be on paper competing with the Chiefs, which they did compete with the Chiefs on Saturday.
That's fair.
But I thought they'd be doing a lot better. I thought they'd be competing for one of the top two, maybe top three, maybe top two seeds.
Yeah, no, I did too. But I mean,
I just don't know what really happened because Diggs got hurt, then Tank Dell just got hurt.
Their offense has just been a circus the whole entire year. The offense has just been
interesting. They're either on or they're just really off. And
then their defense, yeah. I love who's on the defense, but it's inconsistent. Yeah. It's inconsistent.
It's just an inconsistent team.
But like, if we're strictly going off the talent, they have I mean, what you want. They have probably the best pass rushing duo, Anderson, Hunter.
Oh yeah,
they have Al-Shaair. They have Toa, and then they have your lockdown cornerback in Stingley, which is one of the most underrated things to have is a lockdown guy.
Absolutely.
So
for me, I have them as pretenders this season. For these playoffs, I have them as pretenders. I don't think they're good enough. I think they can win one playoff game. I just don't. Well, they would be the 4 seed, so they have to go against the Ravens in the first round.
4 seed. I don't know. I have to go. I have to go.
I have them as pretenders, but I see where you can say
I have to. I mean, they're just interesting to me.
The Bills. This team is interesting to me.
I hated on this team so much.
You did. We both did. We both had them as the 8 seed, or as the 3 seed in the AFC East, going 8 and 9. Should have
known better.
Yeah, should have trusted Joshua. But I mean, what this team has been able to do with the roster that they have is just 100%. Really impressive. Josh Allen is my MVP for this season.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this is the team to beat in the AFC. This is my team to beat. I have the Bills and the Lions in the Super Bowl this year.
Okay, hold on. Let's slow down with your Super Bowl predictions already. But I mean, the Bills though. I mean, I just don't know. I just don't know how much Josh Allen can single-handedly do to this team.
That's true. But I feel like
at some point the rest of the roster is gonna show.
Yeah.
At some point.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
they need to.
Yeah, they need to. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know about the offense. I'm very skeptical. I don't like James Cook. I don't like Ray Davis. The run game's just not it in my opinion.
No. If they're gonna run, you may as well just run with Josh.
Yeah, exactly. The wide receivers though are surprisingly solid. Yeah. Shakir's a borderline stud. I mean, Shakir's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean their defense is once again a big wild card. It's a big wild card. I mean, games. I mean, you'll have games where they get pooped on by the Lions and get put up 40+ points against the Rams, Lions. But then you'll have other games like the 49ers, for example, where I mean it looks like the
Chiefs. The Chiefs team.
Yeah,
they played fantastic.
Yeah. This
team is 50-50 for me, but they're the best team in the AFC for me, just because of the fact they have Josh Allen, who's the best player in the NFL.
Yeah, I'll put them in contenders.
They're definitely contenders.
I would not be surprised if they get upset.
Oh yeah, an upset wouldn't shock me.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Wouldn't shock me at all, especially if the Bengals find a way to sneak into the playoffs somehow. Somehow, if they can sneak in. It wouldn't shock me because that would be the first round. Bills Bengals first round.
Okay, yeah.
Next team, and the last team, Baltimore Ravens. This team was the 1 seed in the AFC last year, and they lost to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. Probably one of their best opportunities to make the bowl in a long time.
Okay, so my thoughts on the Ravens is simple. I mean, their offense is real good, real dynamic.
Of course it is, of course.
Dynamic. I mean, it's about as unfair as it gets with Lamar and Henry.
Yeah,
But I mean, the defense weirdly and very weirdly has sucked all season long. I mean, you'd expect with their defense, with the Justin Adamuku dude, or with Roquan Smith, with Marlon Humphrey, with Kyle Hamilton, all of this talent, you'd expect them to be one of the best in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't done a single thing this year.
Yeah. And for me, it's their defense, yes, but their offense's inconsistency, especially with Derrick Henry. Because one game you'll have Derrick Henry run for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns, or he'll run for 35 yards and nothing.
I mean,
it's just Derrick Henry has to channel what he did for the Titans in that playoff run a couple years ago. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Well,
when they beat the Ravens?
Of course I do.
If he can channel that, I think this Ravens team can actually win this whole conference as the 5 seed or the 3 seed.
Yeah, okay, but once again, we're going back to the Vikings discussion, or Packers and Vikings discussion, where can they win 3 road games?
I don't know. I don't know if they can. Now, if they can somehow win the division.
Yeah, it's blocks for Contenders if they won the division.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. I just see, so they're going to have to go to Houston for the first round.
Houston.
Hypothetically speaking, if they're the 5 seed, they're going to go to Houston. I think they can beat the Texans on the road.
Ooh,
but then they're going to have to go to Kansas City.
But okay, you got to think though. Really bad defense versus
an elite offense
versus a struggling offense.
Well, against a good quarterback.
Yeah, versus a good quarterback. And what's been getting the Texans lately has been
the blitz.
And I just don't see what if the Ravens can get C.J. Stroud. So I don't know.
That would be interesting, but I do have these Ravens as contenders just because they have Lamar Jackson.
I mean,
their inconsistencies,
okay.
Yes, which
if
I'm at like a 55-45
if we're putting the Vikings as pretenders, what makes you think the Ravens are contenders?
They have more elite star players.
But I mean, the Vikings do too. But like
they have Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison.
Their defense is elite. Ravens is not. Vikings defense is elite.
The Ravens have Vikings have a better defense.
But and the thing is too is that I mean, one have the Ravens like overly impressed us in the playoffs the last 5 years.
They haven't done a dang thing. And I mean, Lamar Jackson can seemingly never win big games. Just can't. But I think this is when he can win one. I think if they
on
win
the
the
road,
division,
on the road as a 5 seed.
Not as the 5 seed, no, absolutely not.
Okay.
As the 3 seed, if they were to win it, all they need to do is win their next 2 and hope and pray the Steelers lose one.
Okay.
Which they might, because Russell Wilson's sucking right now.
Okay.
If that were to happen, I think Lamar can win a big game because they're going to have to go against the Chargers in the first round. They're going to be scrappy. That's going to be a close game.
Yeah.
That is what's going to be a close game. I think the Ravens could win that game. Then they're going to have to go to Buffalo.
They're not winning.
And I don't think they're going to win in Buffalo.
No.
Unless the Bills somehow sell. Because they might play the Bengals first round. If the Bengals can make it and the Broncos sell, it's the Broncos.
Okay.
If the Bengals were to make it, I think the Bengals could beat the Bills, which would make the Ravens the second highest seed. Then they would have to go play against, who would they even play? Probably the Texans. They play the Texans at home. They already beat them last year at home. Then they're right back in the AFC Championship against the Chiefs.
Okay. You have them as contenders, obviously, from what I mean, but
it's very close borderline.
I have to go pretenders, and my reason is, is simple. They just have. They have an inconsistent offense, obviously bad defense. Oh, and we forgot Justin Tucker.
Justin Tucker. I'm switching.
Will that change your mind?
Switching
Will that change your mind?
Pretenders. The Ravens are pretenders just because of the fact Justin Tucker is playing terrible.
So,
you can't trust
bad special teams.
If it's a close game, is he going to make a 51-yard field goal? I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I
don't even know if he's going to make it inside.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Two of the three stages are bad.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah. No, Ravens are pretenders for me now.
Yeah. Hey.
They're pretenders for me now. I forgot about
Yeah.
Justin Tucker, how bad he has been playing. Yeah. That's all we got for our.
Do we do Chargers? Do we?
We can say Chargers.
Okay.
They're pretenders for me. I don't.
Chargers? Really?
Yeah.
Chargers are pretenders. Ooh.
Are they contenders for you? Do you think this Chargers team could go on the road?
They have such a good head coach.
That's true.
Great head coach.
Dude, yeah,
very
John-
underrated.
yeah.
Very.
They got an
very
underrated team,
underrated.
but do you think that Chargers team can win 3 road games
Okay.
in a row? Do you think they can beat them on the road? Do you think they can beat the Bills on the road? And do you
Bills
think
on
they
the road,
can beat?
They will give them a great game.
They'll give them a game, but can they win?
It really depends. It really depends. Because
Are you taking?
Because-
you're taking. Would you take Herbert over Allen? Would you think Herbert would outplay Josh Allen?
Herbert can keep up with Allen.
Yeah, he can keep up, but he's not going to outplay him.
The coaching could win.
The Chargers coaching could
And
lead them on a run, but I just don't
hear
see
me
them
out,
winning
hear me out.
anything. I don't see them making the AFC Championship. They can make the divisional, but I don't see them making it to the AFC
Hear me
Championship.
out though. Their defense. A lot of people. Their defense though has like all of the big name players in the world. Khalil Mack is having a great
That's true.
season.
Derwin
James, beast. Who Joey Bosa. How are we forgetting about Joey Bosa? And the thing with the Chargers too is they have a couple of really good rookies. They have Still and they have Hart who are really good.
Don't forget
Really
Matt
good.
McConkey.
Yeah.
But
So
I think
I'm
they're-
putting the Chargers in. I have to put the Chargers.
So you're gonna put the sleeper. You're gonna put the Chargers over the Ravens.
I'm putting the chart. Yes, because the Chargers are over the Ravens because they have been a more consistent team.
This season.
Yeah, they've proven.
Don't
that
forget
they
they
can
did
win.
almost beat the Chiefs.
The Chargers have proven that they can have good games on all sides of the ball, every single
That's
side of
true.
the ball. Yeah, but
They're
I can't
they're-
put them as content. I can't.
They're not
I'll put 'em as that.
contenders.
I'll put them as that.
I don't think they're anything. I think they're a sleeper team for me.
Sleeper.
They're
Yeah,
not,
we'll go with
they're
that.
Not,
We'll
they're
go with
neither.
that.
They're not
We'll go with-
contenders. They're not pretenders. They're a sleeper team
We'll
who
go
can
with
make a
that.
run.
We'll go with
Because
that.
if they lose, I'm not surprised. And if they win, I might be surprised a little bit, but not really.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
they're a good
fair.
team.
That's fair. 100%.
So the Chargers are the sleeper team for the AFC. Who's the sleeper team for the NFC?
Sleeper team for NFC. I mean, I want to say the Falcons badly, but I can't. I'll go Packers. I'll go Packers.
Packers sleeper team.
Packers.
That's fair. I'm gonna have to say that as well. I'm gonna have to say Packers sleeper team.
As much as I think that the Falcons or the Bucks could realistically like
The Bucks. If the Bucks
surprise
make
a
it
lot of
over the
people.
Falcons, they could surprise someone.
100%.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
100%. But I'll go Packers.
Bucks and Packers are my sleepers.
Packers, yeah.
All right, that's all we got.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please drop a like and subscribe. We're gonna try to get to 50 subscribers before the national championship game, so we can live stream it and you guys can watch it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. We're the Blitz Boys.